say you got a house and say you got a gain on your house of 200,000 and you got to pay 25% of that. So you got to take $50,000 out of your bank account and give it to the United States government. I happen to believe that private is a lot better than giving money to the government. Why do I believe that? The facts are on my side. Okay? That's good. Laurel says you have to make $100 million a year. Now, Laurel, I don't know how old you are, but we had a thing a while back called an alternative minimum tax. It was only going to tax people at a certain income. Okay? 4, 5, 6 years after it was implemented, it came down to the middle income of the middle class, and people were paying alternative minimum tax. That's the way Washington works. Alternative minimum tax. That happens. So they might start out at a high level because it sounds good, and then they change it and change it and change it. Okay? That's just the way it is. So that's my opinion. But I want to get to the market because I was thinking today about a presentation I gave. Anybody here from New York? Anybody here from New York? Rochelle? Greg? Okay. When I was in New York at it was a trade show. And I did a presentation, and it was right about 2007. That's a long time ago. Okay. And if you do the math on it, it was right before the recession, the worst recession in our history, and the market crash of 2000, late 2007, 2008, all the way to March of 2009. I gave a presentation. The presentation was about what if? What if this happens? What effect will it have on the market? And at the time, I used a software I'd created called the Roadmap software. Who's familiar with the Roadmap software? This was 2007. And I had about 75 people in the room. And I said, how would you like to have a software that you could use each day, each week, and each month, okay, to make better decisions when it comes to the market? And I showed in about 10 or 15 things, and I simplified it, okay? And because of that, that was me introducing. And I had 75 people in that audience in New York. And I remember one guy raised his hand. He said, I'm not used to hearing someone with a Southern accent talk. And I said, let me tell you something that I've told people from the North a long time. Just because I talk slow doesn't mean I think slow. And I became best friends with a guy from Boston with that statement years ago. But I introduced the Roadmap software. In that, we had 75 people there. I think 60 people actually got the Roadmap at that time. They paid $3,000 to get it, and it was a huge success. A lot of those people still trade with me today because of that what if seminar. And so I've got a special bias. I'll tell you up front, I got a bias. You've seen what I can do accuracy-wise, trade-wise with the trades I come up with, the live trading. But my special bias is with the Roadmap software because I can't trade without it. And anybody that learns to use it effectively tells me the same thing. So I'm just repeating what customers tell me. But I think that tonight's sort of special for me because number one, it's September 11th, a very historic date. I wanted to talk about the Roadmap for very good reasons because I want to help you. I want to help you with your timing. I want to show you how it lays out trades to keep you from making mistakes and help you extend trades that maybe I get you into or you get yourself into. So we're going to talk about the roadmap tonight, but let's get into the presentation. Thank you for being here. I hope everybody's doing great. And today was an interesting day. Think about this. I gave you a pivot number today of 5,500. How many people knew that was my pivot number of the day? 5,500. The market sold off, went down to the weekly open, 54.10, came back up in the afternoon, went above the 5,500, and the rest of the market went up. The number one rule that I tell everybody, 75% of all stocks follow the E-mini, S&P 500, and when you got the roadmap working for you, today was a walk in the park, and I'll explain. Because not only were you looking up once it got above 5,500, it kept going, and it went right to the point the roadmap said it should go, which was about 5,565. I don't know how anybody can trade without it. I've been doing this for, going on 40 years. No, I don't look like it, but I've been around a while. And having the roadmap software is such a crutch for me and everybody that learns to use it. I'm talking about it tonight. At the end, take advantage of it. Let's go through it. All right, risks involved in trading. I try to lay off a lot of trades when it's a very undecided trend. We got one. We got an undecided trend. Past performance is not indicative of future results. For those that don't know, I'm a former Air Force officer. Why is that important? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, I'm going to tell you the way it is. Number two, I think strategically and tactically when it comes to the market. I gave you a trade on Sunday night, and I was looking at it tonight. If you look at the QQQ right now, you will see the QQQ is currently at, let me give it to you, 468. I told you to go long the QQQ if it went above what number? 459. That's 10 points in your pocket by using the roadmap software. Former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, author of 3 books, Winning Today, Trade Again, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. I encourage you to get it, read it, and understand it. I've worked with students since 1996. Probably the most fun thing I do is working with you, the student. At DTI, we help you master the markets through education. I do it all the time. Tomorrow, I'm looking at my schedule, I got one at 10 and one at 12, training session tomorrow. I have experience. And I'll tell you this, I've lost so much money over the years, and if I can share the way things not to do, that's worth a fortune to you, okay? Learning what not to do. I have made those mistakes through the School of Hard Knocks. In my opinion, I believe that everybody here can learn to manage their assets better than anybody else by learning and educating yourself. You worked hard for the money, learn to maximize your money. Now, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got a new video out this week. Go to youtube.com/@TBuzzTNT. I tell people over the weekend, you ought to watch 2 or 3 videos and let it really sink in. There's some good stuff in here, folks. Good proprietary information I share with you. Not long, not anything that's going to tie you up for a long period of time, but good information. I would go through there, I would take notes. It will make you a lot of money by learning from my mistakes. Also, you click a bell and you'll be notified, you'll be invited in. Tomorrow, if you're a YouTube member, you might get invited into one of these training sessions, either at 10 or at 12. Our customer service live is live every day, Monday through Friday from 10 to 1. This is where I would go if I had any questions about anything I heard and wanted clarification or wanted to know rather than waste your time, go there and ask your question. They will answer it. We're very proud of our customer service. Now, here's the Seven Sisters update. I'm going to give it to you off the top of my head clearly. The slide is not typed out, but here's my update. Right now, the E-mini is up for the week, and I would look for 5555 as the pivot number for tomorrow. Write that number down, 5555. The NASDAQ pivot number 192.75, 192.75. And we can type that into the chat, and that's what we can do. How do you refresh it, Jonathan, if I want to refresh this?
At the top left, you should have a little circled arrow to refresh the slides. It should be updated.
Reload?
That'll work. Unless I got a different copy of the slides than you have, it's updated on my screen.
I have the same issue on mine, Jonathan. If you want to Slack me and I'll throw it in. I don't know how there's a second copy.
Oh, okay.
Just Slack the
I'm gonna move
screenshot
on
to me real quick.
My top 10 tickers. There's the QQQ 458.55. We zoomed through that. Off we went to the races, and there it is. 458.55, right there. We created this market back in 1996. That's 28 years of excellence in answering the number one question that the roadmap helps you answer. Whether to be long, whether to be short, or out of the market. It also will help you when to be long, or when to be short, or out of the market. With our easily visible slides and charts, you can see it. And they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. It is when you look at the roadmap software. Roadmap is a must-have if you're serious about trading. It's designed by a trader. That's me. I am a trader. Made for traders, that's you. And absolutely critical for anybody wanting to succeed. I fully believe that the numbers that pay is probably one of the best releases we've had in our history, because what it did, we used to do a course Chuck did on key numbers. He spent days pounding this information in there. With the technology, with the software, we created numbers that pay inside the roadmap. You can use not tomorrow, you can use it tonight. You can use it anytime you look at the market for any ticker out there. Each day of the week, certain numbers mean more than other numbers. I have it organized, and I'm telling you, it's pretty sweet. More than any other number. Stocks, which ones have a high success, which ones don't. Now, if you pour it over stock charts give you a picture. But I like, if you've ever been in one of my live sessions, to draw lines. Anybody here know what I'm talking about when I say I like to draw those lines of those key numbers when I'm looking at a chart? It's really a great picture, isn't it? To see whether to be long, whether to be short, or whether to be out. That's no way to get an edge if you don't have the roadmap. And the markets have moved on after the fact, like most people tell you after the fact. The thing about the roadmap is predictive in nature. I'll explain. With numbers that pay, we go by the day of the week. We tell you what numbers are important on the first day and on the last day of the week. These numbers help you generate successful trades, tell you where to get out of good trades, where to get in to short trades, tell you when to stay out. These numbers define the world of trading for you, the numbers that pay. You make key decisions at a blink of an eye because the computer does the work for you. You have instant numbers to compare to the current market, which will really help you at a blink of an eye. And with trading, you know how it is. Has anybody ever heard, well, me even, say get into a trade at $2, and by the time you figure out that you're going to do that particular trade, it's moved on. It's like 2.25, 230, 240. Anybody ever had that happen to you? It happens a lot. But the point is, you know, by looking at the roadmap, whether it's still a buy if it pulls back into that zone. That's the beauty of the roadmap. You make the trade and move on. While other traders have barely opened their second or third chart, we know what to do. We have several tools that tell you instantly whether to be long, whether to be short, or whether to be out. I do not care that if somebody thought the market was going down today, if they were playing the market down, especially in the early part of the day. But here, when did they recognize that the world of trading had went from bear to bull? I gave you a number. I had the number in my pocket at 5,500. Folks, that's the difference of losing a lot of money or losing a little bit when you see those kind of changes. If you don't have the expertise or the hours to spend, the numbers that pay is like, I guess, the invention of a wheel on a car, right? You can travel a lot further than walking if you're rolling, right? The roadmap is going to keep you ahead of the crowd. I've never seen any software like it. Big winners, gold. I told people I'm long gold. You'll see a lot of winners on gold because the roadmap tells me to be long gold. The numbers tell me to be long gold. 21% winner, 56% winner. That's what you play for when you use the roadmap properly. I'm excited when you get it. I'm excited when you go through the training. I'm excited when you send me a love letter and say, Tom, instead of me being 60% accurate, I'm now 70% accurate. Multiply 10% times 100 trades that you do. How valuable is that accuracy? Very valuable. Now, I'm only going to take 50 customers. So once we open this up, you better take a slot if you want in. Those 50 can join us, have access to roadmap, numbers that pay as soon as tonight. It's not just numbers. It's the most complete suite of tools that traders can access anywhere. I wouldn't go into this market without the roadmap. And our other world-class proprietary features included with the roadmap All-Star Edition. The compass chart. I talked about this earlier. How do you know when to sell? How do you know when to enter? I teach you 4 simple patterns. The buy signal, the sell signal, the sell failure, and the buy failure. 4 patterns. When you look up there on that particular ticker, you're buying it. Where are you buying it? You're buying it right there where it breaks into the buy area. Where are you selling it? Right there at the very top. That is the value of the roadmap. And let me tell you, after you make a trade like that on the roadmap, you won't make any other trades unless the roadmap substantiates what you're doing. There's the patterns I talked about. The simple buy signal, the simple sell signal, the straightforward 2. Those are the best. And then, of course, the sell failure, when it goes up and fails and reverses. I said that wrong. When it goes down and fails and reverses. Like today. This was a sell failure today. and then the buy failure. When he goes in the buy area and fails, you can't get through. Here's a great question. How do you know that that's the top and it won't go higher? Again, you got to break it down. What time frame are you talking about? Today, during that time that you're in the trade, or are you talking about a trade that you put on the hold for weeks? It depends on your strategy and the style that you're doing. You can go from the short term, which is the daily, to the swing, to the long term. It's up to you. But the beautiful thing about it, these 4 patterns work for all 4 style of trade, whether you're a short-term trader, whether you're a swing trader, or whether you're a long-term trader. That's the beauty of the roadmap software. The trade tracker. When you're in a trade, you got to know what the big picture is. These are some of the key numbers that help you decide what the big picture is. They're laid out for you in the DTI trade tracker. Any ticker goes in there, it gives you the numbers. The game change. This is a short-term view of the market around the 20. How many people's heard me talk about the 24-hour market? Anybody ever heard me talk about the 24-hour market? How I cut my training back in the Globex days on the 24-hour market? That's where this came from. These times are proprietary, and they tell you when you're going to get trend changes in the day. All you have to do is look at these times. You don't have to go spend as many trades as I did to figure out these times. You can use them when you got the roadmap because it updates you. It's called the game changer. Now, this is one of our recent tools that I wanted to put together. We use this in a thing we call the option blueprint, and a lot of people in TNT swear by it. It comes out on the 8th day of the month. We will pick 5 stocks and tell you whether they're going to the top or the bottom based on the predictor. How about an 80+% correlation? Anybody interested in that? The predictor is one of the most advanced tools on the marketplace, but I made it simple to understand. When it's going up, you got your target in advance, and you pull it down wherever you want to, but that's where it's going during that time frame. The predictor. We use premium capture from options, which is the best source of resistance and support, and we give you the numbers from premium capture, support and resistance. I can tell people tomorrow, ask me anytime, day or night, and I can plug this feature in and give you support in that market and where resistance is. Today, 54.10. Y'all remember that number today when it went down? Guess what? The premium capture gave it to us way before it got there. Wouldn't you like to have that information if you're trading at a fingertips move? I mean, that alone. Now, this is something we're very proud of our MTI, but I simplified it inside the roadmap. Here's the way it would work. Today, when the market was going down, I would have been on the right-hand side, finding stocks that had gone into a sell signal using the roadmap. Everybody see how to use that? Market's falling, below the pivot, going down. That's where you go do your hunting. After it got above 5,500, then you use the other side, the green side. These are stocks that are going to go up when that S&P crosses that pivot. Is that simple or what? Do you think you might be able to use that on a daily basis just by having that pivot number, keeping things simple? Tell me, do you think that tell me yes if you see what I'm talking about. Pivot number 5,500. Going down, use the one on the right. Going up, use the one on the left. In fact, I think tomorrow at 10, since that's early in the day, we will run this report and help you find some big winners to start off with, okay? All these powerful features we spent years developing inside the roadmap. I was part of everything that's in here, even though I've got a lot of ideas from students and people to play. Now, if you use the tool, you might be wondering, can real traders use it to find success? That's a great question. Here's what people tell me through love letters to me about the Roadmap software. Roadmap was a game changer and helped him with his emotions. Has anybody ever got real excited, jumped in at the high because they couldn't stand it any longer? Guess what? If you look at the roadmap, it's at its target, you pull back when you get excited. Or if you're going to panic out of a stock and get out of it, and you look at it, it's at its target to the sell side, you pull back and wait for another setup. That will save you a fortune just knowing that. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Tide, been with me 12, 14, 15 years. I can't never get him to tell me exactly. I think it's 15. But he says that he's a long-time customer and it helps him find the green. The roadmap's worth 10 times what I'd charge you. But I've got the price now where it's a fair price for you and a fair price for us. But hold your horses. Hold your horses. It might seem counterintuitive, but numbers that pay is so valuable that those who buy today will have price protection in the future. In other words, we break it out and do some different things. You'll have price protection with that. There you go. Last chance, everything at this one low price, including numbers that pay. That is why tonight we'll take 50 people at $9.97 for access to this incredible suite, get you started. At the end of the year, I think we're returning back to the original price, $3,000. So it'll sell there, but tonight you can get it at $9.97. Now, buy it, lock it in, and you'll have price lock on it. Get your access. Adam dropped the link. Get the Roadmap 2024 All-Stars with numbers that pay. Today, just for $297. Go to dtitrader.com/roadmap or call 904-416-1776. Now, folks, let's answer some questions every trader needs to know. Go there, take your price, but I'll be talking and answering some questions that I thought were very important. How does the roadmap help you with market trend? Well, today was a classic case. The market went down. We had our pivot number. You played it to the short market, and you knew where support was based on the premium capture, 54.10, almost to the penny. And then when it reversed back above that pivot number, you knew where the target was, 55.67. I was with a group of about 10 people this afternoon. They saw the power of this in the last hour. How does the roadmap help you with? Well, it gets you on the right side of the market. Pretty cool, huh? Reference bars. It gives you reference bars where you can know when to buy and how to buy. Like tonight. The night has started. You have the reference bar. Okay? Pretty cool. Reference bar. We color code them. We do that. There's 7 of it in a 24-hour market. We show you when to buy and when to sell. That's the beautiful thing about the roadmap. The key numbers predict the future. Of course they do. With the predictor now, you can plug your stock in there, look at the trade tracker, and know whether to be long or short. That's simple. That one simple 2-step move. Okay? just go to dtitrader.com/roadmap. That's the predictor right there. We'll plug some symbols in tomorrow and we'll be there, okay, with the predictor. Now, how does the roadmap help you identify bad trades? Did you remember those 4 patterns? Say you get long and you get a buy failure, get out because it goes to the other side to the target on that one. We'll demonstrate that in a live market and show you how great that is. Okay? How does it help you identify? Go to dtitrader.com, take a slide. A sell signal. Right there. Perfect sell signal down to the target. Can you follow that picture? Absolutely you can. Staying out of the market. Easy to tell you. Is there a quick way to determine short direction to take advantage? Absolutely, there's a quick way to determine. You go to the MTI report and look at the short positions below the pivot. They're all lit up in red for you. Red is down in the roadmap. Everybody got that? Pretty cool, isn't it? You'll see tomorrow at 10 us using this feature to determine how we're going to go in and charge people for what I would call being uneducated. Okay? Which feature allows you to know when to be long, short, or out? That's the biggest question in the market. The compass does. When it's in that buy area and confirmed, you get long. That's simple. dtitrader.com/roadmap. You just go to dtitrader.com/roadmap, call 904-416-1776. What application does it run on? It runs on Windows. We do have an online version, just strictly not as powerful as the Windows one for Apple users. Just call to get it, 904-416-1776. Folks, this could be, in my opinion, since back in 2007, when I said, what if? Here's what you got to say to you tonight. What if you don't take one of these 50 slots and you miss out on improving your accuracy, lowering your risk for the rest of the year? Think about how much money you put in the market and what effect that will have. Folks, take one of the spots. Any other questions that people have? I gave you the pivot number for tomorrow. Right now, the market is trading 55.62. It's coming up, correct? That's what we're saying. Don't you love it when it's laid out simple like this? Todd, you bought the roadmap many years ago. In fact, you're a VIP roadmap producer. I think you paid $3,000 if I remember correctly. You've been with me so long, but my point is very simple. How do you rate this presentation versus the one that you heard for the first time to get into the roadmap? How do you rate it? Tell me, Todd, how you rate it. 0, 5, 10? Did I get across the point why people should not trade without the roadmap? That's the question of the night. How hard is it to download? Okay. How hard is it to download? Probably takes about 10 minutes. I just got a 10 rating. That's pretty strong. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Christopher, for being the first one through the gate. Way to go. Smart. Now, here's what my plan is. Jonathan, What's the class at 10 tomorrow? It's on the schedule. What is the class?
That would be 10 for 10 trading. Not sure if you heard me. That would be 10 for
I
10.
got two classes tomorrow, one at 10, one at 12. And the one at 12 scheduled for what? All right, folks, I just decided we will take the Genesis bar tomorrow. I will invite people that buy the roadmap tonight to be there at 12 o'clock tomorrow to help pay for this thing. That's my promise. Can you come? Can you get signed up? And can you be there? 12 o'clock tomorrow. That gives you time to get it downloaded and be ready to go. You'll be invited. 12 o'clock. High noon. Eastern time, right, Henry? Eastern time. All right, so our plan's pretty simple. We're going to meet at 12 o'clock. We're going to take our roadmap people, and our goal is to put you in the winner's lane. Yeah, we'll record it, Laura. That way you can go back and see it. What I will cover there, I will cover the MTI report inside the roadmap, the compass charts, the setup, and I also will cover the predictor. Rochelle says she won't miss it. Yes, current users have been invited. You have to, if you got a current roadmap, you'll be invited. They check your license. As long as the license is there, we invite you.
What time was that
Roadmap
session tomorrow,
software.
PBS?
Don't trade without it.
What time was that tomorrow?
So you thought American Express came up with that, right? No, it was me years ago. Way to go, Rochelle. She's a VIP. All right. What a day to have this on, right? What a day to have this. We got a PPI report tomorrow. We'll lay it out for you, and you'll be able to participate on the big movement. Up or down or staying out. That's the beautiful thing about it. Chris, I think you get an invitation letter when you sign up, and then it gives you instructions how to download it and do all that. Not hard to do. Not hard at all. Thanks, Don, for joining. All-Star Don, you're in now. Now, I look back over my career as a trader. People say, Tom, I know you have a lot of highlights in your life as a trader. And you know what? When it comes to the roadmap software, this is my proudest achievement as a trader. Proudest achievement. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I hope I got it across the fence for you. Get joined. If you got any other questions, ask them. I'll stay in here for a few minutes and see if anybody had any last minute questions they had, but I'll be glad to try to answer those before I go.
Thanks for doing a VIP, John. Awesome.
John just joined for VIP. Way to go, John. John, where are you from? $12 Don. 12. Buck says, I've been a long-term VIP, one of the best things I ever did. Thanks, Buck. Susan, I don't know what VIP is. Talk to Kelly or Andraka, Barbara at DTI Trader, or Andraka at DTI Trader. And if you're already a member, you want to upgrade, they'll give you a price difference for you, okay? If you want to go VIP. Yeah, Barbara at DTI Trader or Andraka at DTI Trader, say you want to upgrade your standard subscription and you want to convert it to a VIP. Hey, Rick. Yeah, this is a 1-year license at this. VIP means it's a lifetime. So this is a 1-year program. We'll start your subscription the 1st of October and run it for a year. So you get the rest of this month. No hit on you.
Test, test. Can you hear me, T-Buzz? Test, test.
Folks, it's been a pleasure doing this tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Get involved. Be there tomorrow at 12. We'll go in there and let people that don't have the roadmap. As I always say, I'll see you on the flip side. Yeah, instructions to load it will come via email. Absolutely.